Hey, what's up, Brian? What's up, Watch Party? What's up, man? Peter's here. When's season 4 coming out? Let's see. Season 4 will be released on September 22nd. We know that because that is the peak day Honeycrisp apples come into season, derived from Hayden's very cryptic tweet. Mega Cloud, hey, welcome in. Job Schumacher. What's up? What's up? Brickmaster, hey, cool guy for the Legos. Burnt Nugget, hey man. Mr. Twig, we got a lot of people just strolling on in. Cobra Kai never dies. Honeycrisp season, yes. Yes. It's sort of going back earlier this week when Hayden sent out a weird cryptic tweet. What did he even say? I should probably actually, I don't even quite remember. I have it somewhere. Hold on. Honeycrisp season will return to you after these messages. So a lot of people took that as like dropping hints. I mean, I put out a video thinking something about the fall. And as I said in the video, the fall is very closely to overlap fourth quarter anyway, which we had heard. So it really didn't actually strike me as a whole lot. Some people are like taking it a step further. It's going to be released in September, or marketing will come in September, which strikes me as a little odd. I don't think it's like being a little too specific about a little Honeycrisp season. Like, well, obviously that's September 22nd or September 13th or whatever. It's kind of like odd, little too specific. Like you can't really pull that much out of it. And Hayden himself is probably just screwing around, So, I mean, I think if you figure fourth quarter, which came from the CEO, I guess it can always change, but that is something that the CEO was thinking of. That's of Netflix, because he was talking about it in terms of like. In terms of like what they need for their subscriber count, because they had a bad first quarter, which is unfortunate. And funny thing is, I was actually thinking about this last night. It's like, well, let's see, Cobra Kai came out first quarter, and Netflix seemed to have a bad first quarter in terms of subscriber growth, is what that all means. And like, well, so what happened? And I think that's an old. I didn't update this. What happened is, in terms of like the first quarter, I wonder if, they got a lot of new subscribers to sign up, but maybe they only stuck around for a month. So they all came in at the beginning of the quarter. So here's the thing. Like, if you're a CEO, they do these things to sometimes pad numbers, right? Because the CEO, their bonuses depend on the stock price and how the company's doing. And they can kind of like fudge the numbers and manipulate it. So like, maybe if instead, and I'm thinking about this now, is like, let's say there's a lot of people who sign up for Netflix just for Cobra Kai, or, they get on the bandwagon, they come in just for Cobra Kai. So they sign up for Netflix just for that. That boosts their numbers. But like, if they sign up in January, let's say for Cobra Kai, but then they let their subscription lapse at the end of January, February. So then when the first quarter ends, and Netflix reports their numbers, they're reporting a little bit lower numbers because they gained subscribers, but then they lost them, right? So what they want is to do is report the numbers so that it's higher. So what I'm thinking now may end up happening is, if a CEO is trying to maximize his stock bonus, which is essentially what every CEO does, you would do it too if you were the CEO. But what they may end up happening is, like, they'll release Cobra Kai in the fourth quarter. They'll release it at the end of the fourth quarter, maybe in December, because then what happens is he releases they release Cobra Kai. People who want to watch Cobra Kai and just get Netflix for that will come in and subscribe. Obviously, you get a month subscription. So then and then the quarter ends before they can cancel. So essentially, Netflix can pop their numbers and make it look better than maybe it was. So everyone gets a subscription in December, fourth quarter ends, CEO gets a bonus for good subscription growth numbers. But what happened is a lot of those people, then the new subscribers canceled again in January because they only wanted to watch Cobra Kai. I mean, obviously this is a single variable. There's, hundreds of shows on Netflix that people are coming in and out and stuff. But it definitely, as Netflix is reaching saturation levels of subscribers, I suspect they maybe start playing more games with essentially the market and finding ways to manipulate their subscriber numbers for their reporting periods, which is 4 times a year, the every quarter. So if you ever wonder what's going on in my head as I'm thinking this through. So I think, December is ultimately, you want to know, well, when's it coming out? December. Because that would kind of make sense from a CEO's perspective on how to kind of boost numbers at the end of the year so they can report it before everyone cancels their subscription again. So it's kind of a way of them fudging that, and they get those numbers. So I'm kind of thinking December, maybe November, but early-ish mid-December would kind of make sense in that regard. December 19th is a very good day. I agree with that, Peter. So gives a week or two for people to jump in. Do you think Clarence is coming back? No. Have you ever been eaten by a snake? I think Clarence is long gone, unfortunately. Clarence, a lot of Clarence love here. Poor Owen. Oh, there's Clarence on the screen right now. Yeah, poor Owen lost little Clarence. Let's see here. Okay. December 17th. Yeah. So somewhere mid-December, it gives enough time for maybe a subscriber pop, and they want to maybe do the same thing with like The Witcher, which was another popular show. So people may come back for that. If those two shows drop in December, it's a way of kind of fudging the numbers then, and they carry it over, and then they can have at the end of the fourth quarter, which is to say the end of the year, they have good numbers then to report for the earnings call and street. It's kind of like, it's a bit of like manipulating the numbers, but almost any company, big company, kind of does that at one point or another to sort of just play with the numbers, and it means a bigger bonus for the CEO, and he cares about that. Did they confirm who were the 3 people who died in season 3? I don't think the big 3 ever specifically brought it up again, but yeah, the people in Vietnam, Captain Turner, the guy who died when they were captured, and then the one guy who died when they were fighting. When they, at the beginning of the last episode, the 2 were out there fighting, and one fell off and died. So, Omega Cloud, do I want Stingray back? I always felt like the end of season 2 felt like a good completion of that story arc. Like, while I enjoyed them, it's not like I'm like, oh my God, I want more. Oh my God, Cobra Kai is Stingray now. It's like it felt like a good completion of the story arc. I'm not the biggest fan of it, even though it's like well written and well performed. It's like one of those for me. It's like, okay, I'm not I don't love it. It's just kind of awkward, even though it's like well done. It's like, but I think he will come back, or at least someone is credited as being his stunt double in one of the episodes, or at least was on IMDb. So you may get back for an episode or 2, which I can almost see them writing it in. The big 3 have said how much they love Paul Walter Hauser. and was just so much fun to work with. And, you know, considering COVID, everyone's sitting around not doing anything. It wasn't like, you know, Walter Hauser probably had any other projects going. So I can definitely see him coming back. If not one episode, a few episode arc or something. Could be fun. I mean, I'm not opposed to it. It's just, you know, he's not my favorite part of the story. Just so. How much people simp for Sam's actor? Well, yes, for Mary as well as Sam herself. That is true. People will do that. Brian, yes. There is a photo of Sholo in a Cobra Kai, or not Cobra Kai, Eagle Fang Gi. Teaser for summer. Okay, yeah. So definitely that's something, you know, that is the next question is, hey, if the show's coming out in December, in fourth quarter, you know, when would, Peter's jumping in to talk about the time he met Mary Mauser at random at Disneyland. It's a fun story. If you go to his podcast, find the one. It was the end of the year Christmas special, whatever the heck, 2019 episode where you met Mary Mauser kind of randomly. He was going to the bathroom and he came out and there she was. So imagine going to the bathroom and you come out and like coming towards you is Mary Mauser and Julia Macchio, Ralph's daughter. So there you go. That's Peter jumping that out. That's Cobra Kai Companion, by the way, with a K. Companion with a K. Sorry. Miguel and Tori will get back together. Okay, so this is also this is also coming from Hayden. Hayden, who likes to troll the fandom better than anyone. I try, but I'm not as good as him. You know, definitely has said many times he likes the Tori and Miguel relationship. You know what? Has anyone ever asked him why he likes that? It actually occurred to me. I don't know. I'm curious what it is he likes about it. But anyway, and it's kind of said, okay, so he first hinted at like, you never know, something could happen that could bring them back together. And then he said something like Tori Miguel shippers will definitely get some material or something. Let me see if I can find it. What did he say? I should have looked through. We'll get more like materials as they go along or in season 4. Where? Okay. Love doesn't need to make any rational sense. It needs to be sexy and emotional, which upsets some people. I agree with Hayden, actually, on the first part. Love probably isn't going to make rational sense. What makes what makes rational sense to you isn't necessarily going to make rational sense to someone else. So that's why it's complicated. Okay, what else did Hayden say? And Miguel tells Tori she needs help. So he clearly still cares about her, or else he'd just tell her to get lost. Kind of an interesting point. One thing I do think, though, if Miguel cared about her, I mean, even if he didn't do it right there, one thing he didn't do, you know, he didn't apologize for cheating on her, which I think is something he should do, or maybe even should have done. It's kind of it was a tough moment the first time they see each other. I mean, he's still in a wheelchair and all that. But I think at some point he owes Tori an explanation, Ooh, Drew, I didn't see you here. Cobra Kai Kid, welcome in. Cobra Kai Kid, what's your favorite theory or rumor? That's not even a rumor. What's for season 4? Let's see if you hear. Ooh, Rick. Chopstick and flies. So, anyway, so Hayden's definitely been throwing. You should do theory debunking. I can, Audrey. By the way, the theory debunking is fun. Although it's fun, but in the other 10, like, they're not the most popular theories because people are so in love with their theories they don't like it. They're not the most popular videos because people don't like their theories getting debunked because they get really emotionally invested in it. She made out with Sam, so clearly cares about her. Or he made out with Sam, so he clearly cares about her. Well, yeah, I mean, it was a tough moment. So Hayden's been throwing gas on this fire because he likes to throw the fandom down weird paths. I mean, I don't think any of it inherently means, oh, they're going to get back together. Actually, my kind of favorite theory on this is, I like the idea of before the tournament, if, assuming Miguel and Sam are together through most of season 4 in one way or another, I like the idea of like Tori trying to come on to Miguel and like, almost overtly seducing him and like kissing him, giving him something, kissing him, kind of making out with him, and having someone record it and send it to Sam. Like she's trying to get back at Sam before the tournament to mess with her head. On the one hand, it's kind of bad for Miguel that either he would go along with it or she's using him like that. It would make you not like her, but you can sort of see the evilness of like Tori going at Sam or going at Miguel and kissing him and then sending Sam like a video and saying, how do you like it? It would definitely feel like that, kind of evening things out. Drum technique in the tournament. Maybe. I think they're also going to want to make new techniques too. It's not just using the stuff from the original movie. Robbie and Sam see another. Robbie will emotionally hurt Sam for using him to rebound from Miguel. I don't. How is he emotionally hurting her, other than just kind of pointing out maybe that's what she did, or something, or straying it from him? I mean, it's possible. It's possible, definitely. Robbie kind of going at him. Oasis XD, hi, watch party. Hi, back to you, man. Yeah, Tori is with Robbie, definitely, and it could mess her, whatever she's got going with Robbie too. I don't know. Drama is the only thing we've been sure. Favorite rumor theory: Silver chokes Robbie in the parking lot and Kreese steps in. Well, that's Cobra Kai Kid. I like that. I like that too. I was actually literally saying, I wasn't even just reading it. It was like literally saying, I like that. Interesting. I never even thought about that. It being reversed like that. Silver doing it. Boy, that's good. That's kind of an interesting thing. I always thought it would be, if something like that happened again, would it be Kreese again? But it being Terry Silver and Kreese steps in, it's definitely an interesting spin on it. Except I want Robbie to win the tournament, so why is he choking him out? So, but definitely, it's a good spin on it. Let's see. Miguel will redeem Robbie by saving him from Kreese. I don't know. I don't really follow. Yeah, retreading the end of Karate Kid 1, or actually the beginning of Karate Kid 2. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like there may be something in the parking lot. We just don't know what it is. You know, if you think about it, so when they were filming, so like a lot of the cast was like leaving Atlanta or something at that point, and people were like, oh, I guess they wrapped filming. And then John Hurwitz tweeted out, we're not done filming yet. That's it's by John Hurwitz. We're not done filming yet. That's Hurwitz. You know, he tweeted out, it's like, oh, is something more going on or something? And then like, was it like an hour, 2 hours later in the evening, then he tweeted, okay, now we're done. And then, Martin Kove made that post, you know, long, like, I want to thank everyone this, thank everyone that. It definitely gave the impression that A, they were shooting something at night, obviously, because it was at night. And 2, it definitely involved like Martin Kove, because he then made a post just after that himself. So it definitely involved Martin Kove at night. What would it be? You figure at some point this character's going, you know, full circle or back to the beginning and coming out the other end somehow. So definitely at night, maybe involving the chokeout, maybe involving, it could involve Johnny too. I mean, because I think William Zabka was still going on there. You know, it's something involving all that. It's very likely just the way, just looking at how that happened, that, you know, Hurwitz is like, we're not done. It's nighttime. Then a few hours later, still later at night, he says, okay, we are done. And then Martin Kove's talking about, I want to thank everyone for this. So something there would be interesting. Strength tier list. People ask me that on occasion. One of the reasons, J Raptor, I don't normally think like that is just because part of my brain is always like, whoever's going to win is the one they want to win, is like the one the plot requires. So it's just, it's hard for me to think like that. But I mean, I could do something because it seems to be popular. At least people talk about it. Why is Sam holding an apple in the thumbnail? That is a Honeycrisp apple, and that is referencing Hayden's tweet. He said Honeycrisp season is coming. Yes, it is a Honeycrisp apple. Chopstick and flies. Perhaps at the end of Cobra Kai, Miguel and Robbie become friends. Yes, I would hope so. I hope somewhere at the end of all this, we can get through to the other side and be friends, mutual respect, something like that. Didn't Jesse Cove say something suspicious recently? You know, that's true. I feel like we were on a Twitter space and Jesse Cove mentioned how his dad just got back from Atlanta, which is strange because they finished filming like 2 weeks ago. So that was kind of weird. For those of you who don't know, Peter, which is to say Cobra Kai Companion, and I he was doing this new Twitter space where you can just sort of talk, kind of like this, but I could bring other people in. I may do some myself. We'll see if you follow me on Twitter. But Jesse Cove popped in and was mentioning how his dad was really tired. He just got back from Atlanta. I think we were doing that on Monday, weren't we? I think it was Monday. So, but, you know, I was thinking, even if he just got back like the previous Friday, it's been over 2 weeks since they wrapped. And it seems like, to say how he's tired, he just got back from Atlanta, shooting in Atlanta. You know, at some point, you wouldn't say that if it's been 2.5 weeks, right? Oh, he just got back. He's worn out. So something about that was kind of strange. It made me think that maybe there was more filming going on. Maybe they were shooting in Atlanta. They were shooting in Los Angeles. I don't know. But definitely I thought that was weird. So something to keep an eye on. That there's potentially was more filming going on, but you didn't hear it from me. That was in a private Twitter space from Jesse Cove, just sort of taking something he said and thinking, wow, that's a little weird. Oh, Chops, yes. The All Valley tournament will not end with a winner. All Out Karate Riot. I've been thinking of that for a long time. It's a fun idea. I don't know if they'll go that way, but you almost kind of want it. All Out Karate Riot. Sam gives Miguel a headband, just how Allie gave one to Johnny. Miguel gives Sam a bracelet and prom night, just how Johnny gave one to Allie. That's kind of a nice thought. I don't know if they'll do that. I've always wondered, do you think, you know, the people have talked about like the car, but do you think Daniel would ever bequeath the headband to Sam or Anthony or any of his kids? Get them a new headband. I always wonder, or is the headband just for Daniel? No, yeah, Peter, no, it actually wasn't private. It was open to everyone. It was just, there were only like 4 of us in there. You think Sam gives Miguel, hey man, Robbie better than Miguel? Maybe. Robbie dies. Oh, that's tragic. No, I don't think so. No, I don't think everyone will die in season 4. Sam or Hawk? Sam has gotten the best of Hawk so far. Is it because he's better or just because the plot requires it? It's why I don't like doing those power tiers, because I think it's just what the plot requires. They do that with Hawk a lot too. A lot of times, it's like with Hawk, sometimes he's like really, really good, almost as good as Miguel. And then sometimes he's just getting his butt kicked, by Sam. It's like not even a challenge for her. So generally the plot would require Sam to win. It'd be interesting how any sparring in this team up dojo goes though. Yaya dies. No, Yaya's not going to die. She's too happy. Miguel wins. Robbie gets pissed, and that's how the brawl. Yeah, it's actually kind of like, I almost feel like a lame. It would almost feel like they're forcing a big fight. Then Sam or Tori is going to win. People talk about that. If you recall, I made a video back in January, and you can find it on my channel, All Girls, All Valley. And I put forward the idea, they could create a whole separate girls bracket. Go back and watch that video if you haven't seen it, because I feel like there's a lot of issues going on, especially if there's more girls. And a point I bring up, it was never in the show specifically stated. It was in the script, but it got cut. The first girl to ever fight in the All Valley was actually Aisha. So that was something that was in the script originally for 110. It just got cut, for time. That was a long episode, I'm sure, everything. But with girls kind of coming in now, they may make a second bracket or something. Sam is better at karate than Mary is. I think Mary would agree with you, actually, on it. Oh, gaming with Zach, Moon and Hawk getting back together. I hope so. If I have to root for a couple, I'd root for Moon and Hawk. That's the only couple I care about. Either of the girls will win the All Valley. Yes. If there's one bracket, I think so. But if there's many more girls, they may make a second bracket, in which case we get a winner. I don't know. I would recommend that video, though. let's see here. How do you think the plot is going to fix all the legal problems? That's a great question because, usually they skirt over it. But I do think, and I think they'll skirt over it again. Like there's a deal if Daniel gets all the Cobra Kais going to jail, Kreese could just say, all right, the deal's off, So I think something like that is going to revolve around. It's kind of an easy way out of it. Usually they look for the easy way out. They don't want to spend a lot of screen time trying to explain away legal stuff, right? So we already got plenty in season 3, frankly. So like what's a easy way to deal with it without actually, spending time on it, I think is what they would probably look for. More of a backstory on Tori and her mom. Yeah, I get that on almost every live stream. And I feel like, I don't think so. Honestly, I feel like if they gave us what they wanted, like we got backstory. And while I think her mom may die, especially the way she's presented, so there may be more story with her involving, stuff happening. But like backstory, I don't know. Peyton herself said she thought maybe Tori got abused or something at some point. Maybe. I don't know. It's just like I could, if you asked me to just make stuff up, I could come up with all sorts of stuff. Really interesting. But is the show going to want to dwell on that? Usually the show's moving forward. So I like how Watch Party says do as he's reading. Yes. Let's see. Who do you want to win the All Valley? Right now I'm rooting for Robbie. I actually think if there's a girls division, go back and watch that video. All Girls, All Valley. You'll find it on my channel. I think you may get a Cobra Kai sweep. Robbie and Tori win. So let's see. There you go, Rick. Miguel and Moon start dating. Maybe in real life. Maybe not in the show, but in real life. Hawk will place. I would like to see. I figure Hawk will make the semis again. It's a good place for him. Miguel will use a Miyagi-Do technique to beat Robbie. Maybe, but, we've already seen that, right? So Kreese has a crush on Carmen. No, I don't think he does. I don't think he's ever met Carmen. Aisha wins. Fun, but I don't think Aisha will be back for various reasons. And J-Raptor, now they let Aisha in because they thought she was white. No, they were, as it was written in the script, no, it was quite clear they knew she was a girl. Which is why the point got made. Sam wins the All Valley. Well, it's possible. If you have a split in 2 brackets, Sam could win the All Valley. I just feel like that would be so lame especially if Sam beat Tori in a finals or something. Not really a fan of that. Kreese versus Chosen. That's a hypothetical matchup. It would be interesting, fun. Miguel asked what the drum is in season 3. No, he asked so he could put it in his pocket and confuse Daniel. Miguel and Sam, if there's a girls, yeah. Do I think Miguel will participate? Yes. I figure most of the main kids will participate. Silver tries to kill Tori in the parking lot. I guess it'd be interesting if Tori was the one, but I don't know. I don't think so. Dakota, will Miguel come back from his injury? Yes, definitely. I mean, he's going to be. He's essentially back already, really. Silver buys out the All Valley, changes the rules. Well, I don't necessarily know about buying out, but definitely it would be interesting to see Silver try to manipulate things with, and then of course with Daniel on the board, see how that goes. Yeah, that's like, it would suck if Tori's mom dies and Sam beats her in the finals. Right. And, something I've seen a lot of people predict is like Sam beating Robbie in the finals. And I could think, man, that would be so shitty for Robbie if he after he finds out he's cheated on, but then he thinks it was because Miguel was taking advantage of him. He accidentally kicks Miguel over the railing. He gets arrested, sent to juvie and everything. And then essentially the girl who cheats on him, as he's trying to get his life back, the girl who cheats on him beats him in the tournament. It would really suck for Robbie, definitely, if Sam wins. But I don't think that's going to happen. But although I see that prediction from some of you, not necessarily you people, but I see it on Twitter and such. Kreese and Tori get arrested. I'm not sure. I mean, Tori could, but like I said, I think they'll get away from all the legal questions because like one scene, I think like 2 lines of dialogue is all we need to just sort of dismiss legal questions. I mean, it's not important to the show. We're not here to watch Law and Order. Stop saying Sam will win. He's talking to me? Because I don't think Sam would win. But I think other people think it. That's why I'm talking about. Okay, guys, you only need to post a comment once. You don't have to post it like 6 times. Silver shows up as a backup plan for Kreese. No, I think Silver shows up even in the first episode of season 4. Really do. I think it's going to look good. Okay. Robbie and Miguel get together and Sam and Tori get together. I don't know what you're saying. Kreese or Terry? Between the two, I think Kreese is a little bit more. Kreese was always the leader of those two. Even though Terry was the billionaire, he looked up to Kreese, and I think that carries through. So, Terry always looked up to Kreese, even into their adulthood. So, Robbie and Cobra Kai will be winners, very sure. Silver tries to kill Tori for showing mercy. True. I mean, Silver trying to kill Tori is kind of violent. Silver trying to kill anyone is violent, right? So, I don't know. And, if she wins, she wins. What is this? Okay. Cosmos, yes, they hope for at least 6 seasons. The big 3, they have enough for at least 6. They could probably do a little bit more, but they don't want to overdo it. So I figure 6 seasons is a good thing to hope for. No, Silver's not going to blackmail Kreese about Vietnam. It's not like 50 years later something's like going to happen like that. Come on. No, I don't think Johnny and Carmen are breaking up. Iconic Bulldogs, whatever her name is. Do you think Sam and Miguel are in game? I'll put it this way. I think the show acts as if they are. So that probably means they are. You know, Endgame will probably be like Harry Potter. So if you remember, take care of Chopstick and Flies. In Harry Potter, there was a popular theory called One Big Happy Weasley Family, where they basically, the theory was by the end of the series, everyone would be related to each other one way or another. And that's essentially what happened. You know, Rob and Hermione married, and then Harry married Ginny. So I feel like we're going to have one big happy LaRusso Lawrence family here in Cobra Kai, where Johnny marries Carmen, Miguel marries Sam, making, you know, Johnny and Daniel in-laws. Johnny's son Robbie then marries Tori, making even Sam and Tori kind of stepsisters by marriage, like or sisters, like stepsister-in-laws or something like that. You know, basically they would all be at the I just spoiled Harry Potter for Peter. But, you know, so think of it like that. So Johnny marries Carmen and Sam get married. Daniel and Johnny then are in-laws. Robbie marries Tori, making like Tori and Stam stepsisters. And, you know, then Miguel and Robbie were already stepbrothers. So stepsisters-in-law, I guess, is like Tori. So everyone ends up like related to each other. And so we better hope everyone can get along without karate. So can you imagine the arguments at Christmas, the family arguments, you know, Thanksgiving, the family blow up when everyone starts yelling and everyone knows karate and they're all jump kicking and everything. Woof, that would be a heck of a family get together. Unexpel Tori and Robbie. Silver will unexpel Tori and Robbie. I assume you're referring to the school, and no, I've seen that theory bounced around a few times, but I don't think it's hard to imagine he would have the power to make it happen. It's hard to imagine the show would try to go around explaining that. No, I don't think that's going to happen. You know, I would hope they get their GEDs or something, but no, I don't see Tori and Robbie going back to West Valley High. I think that's done for them. You don't think Tori can be 100% redeemed? I get what you mean, because they definitely took Tori in a really dark place, and it's just like, wow, how do you come back from that? And it's certainly true. I don't know how they're going to come back from that, and it's sort of going into the idea of, well, how does like, you know, Miguel get back together with Tori? She's a bit unhinged, you know. I mean, that's why I don't think it'd happen. Manipulation, maybe. Yeah, Terry has money and lawyers to blackmail the school, but you know, in the end, the school has an infinite budget. They're just a government, you know. They just raise taxes. They issue bonds. It's not going to work. I don't really think that would happen. And I'm not even sure they would want to. Like, at that point, is like, do you get the impression like Robbie and Tori are like, what I really need to do is get back into high school? Sam analysis video is I am writing one right now. So in a few days. Winter Soldier of the show. Maybe I didn't see Winter Soldier. Well, they redeemed Yasmin for sure, but Yasmin in a way was easier to redeem because all she had to do was kind of stop bullying and say, "Oh, okay." You know, Tori can change. You know, if in the end, you know, you think like, okay, she's better now that she's not like trying to kill people. You know, if we call that redemption, you know, sure. And then maybe Tori and Sam will get along. That's a theory I would have, that Tori and Sam get along. It could happen in season 4, just in the sense that, imagine this, the All Valley board wanting to get rid of the bad reputation karate has gotten, wants the previous warring dojos to work together. Daniel may think it's a bad idea, but they don't listen to Daniel. And so maybe they want something to do something together. You know, maybe they teach a kids class or something. But I can see weird situations where Sam and Tori are put together with a common goal, essentially is how you would think of a common cause. Teach a kids class, clean up the park. I don't know. It doesn't matter really what. But so it would be a way of getting Sam and Tori together, and you could sort of start to see them that maybe they can get along in some certain ways. Do you watch T.Y. Learns Theories? I'm not sure who that is. There's more people making videos now, so I'm not sure off the top of my head. Is he the one who made the crease ones or whatever it was? Let's see, how long are we here? We'll do a few more minutes. We'll cut it off at 50 minutes. Derry Daniel should have married Jessica, not Amanda. Amanda is an awful character. That's fighting words. A lot of people really love Amanda. She is fun that she kind of exists outside of the karate world. You can debate whether or not she's a good parent. I always thought, like, even the first time I watched the show, and she's kind of like making excuses for Sam throwing that pool party or something, I was like, wow, it's kind of interesting. You know, yeah, definitely Amanda has a lot of empathy for Sam and trying to be popular or whatever. So, do you think Amanda was more like Yasmin or more like Sam? I don't know. I want Tori and Sam to hate each other. Yes, I definitely think they can still hate each other, but perhaps in one episode with a common cause, they can find reasons that they could also work with each other, or even realize we don't have to hate each other all the time. Maybe there's certain times of the day we cannot hate each other, which for those two would be progress. Dimitri would get better as a fighter. Yes, Dimitri will continue to get better as a fighter at the pace of Karate Kid, which is to say rapid. Leo Howard going to be here in season 4? No. People went all crazy early on. Oh my God, well, Leo Howard. I always thought the only way he or any of the others cameos, like if they did it like the inaugural class of Cobra Kai in a flashback 1970s, that would be a place I would drop him. Like in the 70s, like Kreese makes the initial Cobra Kai and he has his original students. Like that's a good place for cameos. Jason, David Frank, whatever, the guy from Power Rangers, Leo Howard, like those people, that's a good place to drop in cameos, like in a flashback. But otherwise, no, I don't see a reason to like why people get excited over stuff like that. Barnes, 50% owner. No, he didn't win the tournament. Yes, Justin, I saw the scene where he meets Silver. Barnes didn't win the tournament. He's not a 50% owner of anything. And that was originally of Terry Silver's expansion of Cobra Kai. Dimitri and Yasmin break up, maybe. Dimitri versus Kyler could be. Probably Dimitri wins because the plot requires it. Moon gets back with Hawk. We're definitely hoping so. Bert using a small portion of his power to win the All Valley. I agree. I think it's time Bert did some stuff. Okay. I have to say no because of it. Yeah. I mean, think whatever you want about Leo Howard, but the only way he would be in it, I think, is some weird like cameo and a flashback is the way I would put him in. Oh, do you think Hawk will confess to Daniel that he destroyed the dojo? That's a good question because it's never come up. And it makes sense it would come up at some point. I don't think Daniel holds any resentment to it. Who was I talking to? I feel like I was talking to Brianna Davidson about that. Yeah, it was when we were doing that Instagram live. And I was like, because she thought Daniel is still resentful about that. And I'm like, no, the one who's resentful about that is Samantha. She has an issue with that. And I'm looking forward to Hawk Sam because they don't really like each other, and maybe they have reasons not to like each other. And I could see Sam being the one who kind of resents Hawk, especially when she learns he took the medal, he trashed the dojo. So, what does that lead to? It'd be interesting to see. Tori pulls a gun. No, she does not. No need for that type of stuff in Cobra Kai. If Silver comes back, he does much better than just giving conditions with the points in the tournament. Like how Tori... yes, Matthew 575. I hope so too. It was kind of done. If you're like a gamer or something and you think about things in terms of what you have to do to win or something, it just is ridiculous. Like it's kind of like that what they do in Karate Kid 3 is kind of ridiculous. And obviously what Tori does in the fight actually is kind of ridiculous too. Maybe. Oh, Alpha Elite will come back. Actually, I was just recently thinking about that. It would be kind of fun if West Valley High, having all these troubles with bullying and fights breaking out, decide to adopt this new program that started in Boston, where the kids sort of supervise and police the school, and it's called the Alpha Elite. Like, you can see that in like season 5 or 6. Like their senior year of West Valley High, we get the Alpha Elite introduced to West Valley. That would be kind of a way I think I can see them bringing that back. Robbie versus Hawk All Valley Finals. As much as I love Hawk, I don't think he'll make the finals. I do think it'll be Robbie and Miguel. It's just story-wise. It's just, as much as we love Hawk story-wise, I just feel like it's a Miguel versus Robbie finals. Do you think season 4 will focus on the kids' stories more or the adult stories more? Definitely more on the kids, but the adults will have their stories in partially in how it interacts with the kids, interacts with the All Valley and everything. So, and Daniel and Johnny butt heads, Kreese and Silver are building up Cobra Kai, doing whatever, and then they butt heads with each other. That Alpha Elite idea sounds awesome. I thought so too. Thank you, Jamie. And Robbie dies. Robbie's not going to die. They are in senior year. Incorrect. They are currently in their junior year. They're juniors. They have one more year of West Valley High. jujitsu or something. Yeah, the problem is they need to know Cobra Kai. It's karate, not jujitsu. Which theories do you but you want to happen will not happen? Ooh, I'd have to think about that because I know I have some. I don't know. It's well, this goes back even before season 3. I thought we were looking at a different type of like John Kreese, like some sort of redeemed John Kreese or something. But season 3 went in a different direction. I don't know what'll happen. So it's not even just a theory. It's sort of a take on the character. Yeah, the J, Sam versus Robbie. Sam wins. I cannot fathom Sam beating Robbie. Out of all the matchups of the All Valley, Sam versus Robbie is like, I think the least likely, and Sam winning that. It's just there's too much going on. But like I said, I don't even think it'll happen. You can find my video All Girls All Valley on that one. Analytical studies. I like your username. Yes, focus on the build-up of the tournament, just like season 1. Yeah, except instead of it being like 2 episodes, it's going to be the whole season. So it's definitely like an interesting, different take. It's going to be a whole season of build-up. Do you wish Cobra Kai had longer seasons? I don't know. It is what it is, so I don't say yes or no. I'm fine with what it is. Obviously, what we have works, so why would you change it? Right? So if it works, don't change it. Johnny will attack Kreese and Daniel will get involved with Silver in the 2v2 fight. That's kind of an interesting idea, but I don't know. No, Mega Cloud. No, I don't think Robbie will get a scar from his head injury. Do you like watching dance videos? A little off topic. No, I don't normally watch dance videos. Sometimes as you flipping through like your Instagram feed or whatever, dance videos like come up like that on your TikTok videos, but no, generally not. Prom fight. Oh yeah, prom. Definitely everyone thinks there's going to be some sort of prom fight, as there tend to be fights in or around dances in the Karate Kid universe. Dances seem to precipitate fighting, so it would make sense in some fashion. Do you think Sam would ever switch dojos? Before season 3, I thought it was possible. There could be reasons she would want to join Miguel at Cobra Kai or something, but where it is now, it seems very unlikely. But who knows in the future? Tori is from Boston. No, I think she's from Burbank, actually. I think that was in the script. It got cut out, but I think where did it say that? It was in the script. They moved from Burbank. Julie will appear at end of season 4. No, I think you're more likely to get a Sean Kanan, Mike Barnes than than Julie. Who will they hint at for next season? I think it's more likely a Mike Barnes. But who knows? Because I think the show wraps with Julie. Like she's like the last. So like when I said Alpha Elite, like their senior year, so that's like starting season 5, maybe season 5 or 6. And we touch on those parts of the story. Then it's then towards the end of the run of the show. We're vaguely working our way through the Karate Kid franchise, essentially. Who will switch dojos this season? I don't know. Anyone? No one? I mean, we've already had so much going back and forth. So at the moment, I don't see anything like that. Hawk is 16. Okay, let's see. It's been an hour. Let's go ahead and just wrap it up. I do want to do more live streams. Thank you, everyone. Oh, Peter thinks Julie's more likely than Barnes. You have to say why. Why do you think Julie's more likely than Barnes? Because I just feel like the show is vaguely following the flow of the movies. So, and if we just sort of vaguely follow, Hawk will switch. Hawk will wait. Has it been confirmed Terry is coming back? Ducky Tuna, go to my channel. I have a video, Terry Silver back. Confirmed. We know this from Robert Mark Kamen. Remember, he was the creator and writers of the original movies. And he basically talked to Thomasine Griffin early in January, before he went to shoot season 3. So go ahead and find that. I don't know why we have these weird spammers going on here. Sorry, guys. Dugan. That's like season 6 stuff. Kreese calls for reinforcements. So Daniel will need help too if Johnny starts. Well, we'll see. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up. We've done an hour. Thank you, everyone. It was actually a lot of fun. A lot of good questions, discussions. We hit those rumors. So good time. My ships. I'll give you my ships another time. Watch Party will win the All Valley. I agree. Jay Raptor is the smartest person here. I just declared it. Thank you, everyone. We'll see you